have a look at this picture. What is happening in this picture? It's saying AI creating machine with intelligence, and there is some picture in front of you guys. What is it representing? Yes, who will tell me what is it representing? What this picture is about? If I have put this picture in my presentation, then obviously it has some relation with this. But what is it representing? Who will tell me? Yes, thinking. Yes, machine is thinking, fine. So why machine is thinking? Basically, machine is thinking to take some decision. But if it has to take some decision, from where it will come? If I sit like this and it means I'm again thinking. I have to say something. I have to take some decision. And this is the situation when we are thinking, when machine is thinking. But from where the idea will come that what is going to happen? From where this idea will come? Yes, please write. From where this idea will come? If I'm thinking about something or machine is thinking about something, then obviously it has to take some decision. Basically, the ultimate goal of artificial intelligence and machine learning is making some interesting decisions. That is decision making, smart decision making. Fine. So from the person who is sitting back and the machine, fine. But whenever there is a robot, if it is auto controlled or fully automated robot, then there may be that person, suppose some employees there who has already done some coding, and right now that person is not available with that machine. Then what will happen? We can't say that the robot will not perform his duties, because it has been automated to do some programming. Now suppose when that is automated, then what is going to happen? From where it will take decisions in that case? Yes, it has to take decisions. Programming has been done. Yes, brain. So this is the exactly answer that we are talking about. Brain. Brain means consists brain in the terminology of machine learning, AI. Expert system is your knowledge base. It is a knowledge base of a machine. So knowledge, when knowledge comes to a machine, it is stored in the knowledge base. And before that knowledge, yes, Ritik, exactly. Whose brain machine? Yes, exactly. This is the brain of the machine, and it is known as knowledge base. Just like whenever we are developing, suppose we have developed an app or we have developed a website. So that website has a front end that is visible to everybody, but at the same time it has a back end also. Let's take example of any of the shopping website. What is happening? There is a back end. There is a database. Similarly, for a machine, it is having a database, and that database is its knowledge base. Machine has a knowledge base in which the complete data is being put, and based on that data, certain decisions are being taken. So it means to make the machine intelligent, it has that much intelligent knowledge base. All the knowledge should be provided into the machine so that it can take decisions. So let's proceed further and see what's happening in this case. So agenda of today's lecture is understanding knowledge. Fine. So this is just a resemblance to a brain. It is always active. It's working continuously. That's why I have put it as an animated brain, which is continuously thinking, continuously active. If your brain is sleeping, you will not be able to do anything. If the brain of machine is sleeping at a time, then it will not be able to take decision at that time. So agenda of today's lecture is understanding knowledge. But what do we mean by knowledge in this case? And then knowledge based system. What are various knowledge based systems? So in this image, now can you tell me, can you give me your ideas when you look at this image? What is coming to your mind? What is happening in this image? And what does this bulb represents? What are you able to see in this picture? जो भी आपको इस पिक्चर में दिखाई दे रहा है उसके बेस पे give me some few points. You can tell me. Yes. What is happening in this case? I am able to see certain game playing this for chess. This is you can say law, certain related to law means because this is related to everything. This is statistics. Here it is representing certain statistics. Fine. Time based, money, critical decisions. Then rocket is there. Some other information is there. Some target is there. So a number of things are being planned with your artificial intelligence. Your machine can be designed to do anything. And this is what this is. You can say sharing of knowledge, sharing of data between multiple things. So if this sharing is being done, then but at the end ultimate goal is to achieve this smart decision making that is happening over here. Sorry, just a minute. So this is happening over here. What is actually happening over here? If you see here, so this is known as idea. So whenever you have to take some decision, you can take the decision whatever is there in your knowledge base. This person or this, you can consider it machine also, it can take the decision whatever is present in its knowledge base, and then ultimate goal is to take decisions to reach a conclusion, to reach a problem solution. So what is happening? Information sharing can be done. These two machines can communicate with each other. Suppose I have released an assignment to you guys. What will happen? Either you will take help of your own knowledge base, whatever understanding you have, you will write your assignment accordingly. Next thing is, this is your friend, you can copy from him or her. You can ask him or her, you can ask your classmate to help you in making the assignments. So am I right in this case? This is the thing that is going to happen. Exactly. So this is the same thing that is happening with machines also, whenever we are talking about artificial intelligence and machine learning. So this is the thing that is happening. So let's have a look what is knowledge. Whenever we are talking about knowledge, how knowledge is working, here you can say at the bottommost part of this triangle we are having a data, raw facts. This data is there. Suppose I am saying, can anyone tell me the difference between data and knowledge? Any student? Can you please tell me the difference between data and knowledge? Yes, what is the difference between data and knowledge? Nobody? Yes, you can raise your hand. This is very simple question and we should be knowing, because this is a thing that if we are not clear about data and knowledge, or you can say data and information, then we will be lacking a number of things. So unstructured information data. Okay, data is processed information. Shivani, you are giving you can say reverse of these two things. You are doing reverse. So basically information is processed data. Data is processed information. You can call information is processed data. Now suppose I am saying one word 35. I have not told what is that 35. What will you say? I have simply, suppose I have a in front of me there is a board and I have written 35, and now I ask you what is that 35. Will you able to give me the correct answer? What do you mean by 35? No, you will not know, because that is simply raw data. It can be anything. It is simply a word which is not having any meaning. Now suppose if I write age equal to 35. Fine. So, and at the same time I have written weight is equal to 35. Fine. So that is, I have added some meaning to that data. Suppose I have simply written 35. I am again repeating. If I have simply written 35, and in that case that 35 has no meaning. So that is simply a data. Now if I write age equal to 35, now we get to know what does that 35 mean. That 35 was age of someone. At the same time, that 35 may be weight of someone, but we have added an additional parameter which will specify what is that 35 value. So in that case, that data has become information. Now that data is meaningful to us. So in the same case, yes, Krishan, you have written data is anything, knowledge is collection of data. No, beta, actually knowledge is not collection of data. This is wrong, Krishan. let me correct you over here. Data is simply any raw value, anything you have written. You don't know what is that. It may be anything, it may be any unstructured form, it may be heterogeneous, it may be homogeneous, anything. But until and unless you don't know what is that, then you can't say what is that. Now suppose I have written ABC in front of you. This is a common example that we take. We use ABC, X, Y, Z, let's say. So that ABC may be name of a person, that ABC may be name of a city, that ABC may be any random value, it may be anything. But if I specify ABC is, right now I am considering ABC as a name of a person, then it means I have added some meaning to that. In that case, we say whenever that data has some meaning, it is known as information, because now we know what to do with that. If I have written 35, I don't know what to do with that. But if I write weight equal to 35, some quantity equal to 35, and if I write 35 is age of someone, now you know what is to be done with that 35. Similarly, 35 can't be a date, but we can say 35 a time period also, like 35 years back. Fine, after 35 years from now. Now in that case, that 35 is having some meaning. So that is the thing that is happening whenever we say that data has some value, that data has some meaning, only then you can use that data correctly. Otherwise you will not be able to use the data correctly. If I say use 35, you will don't know how to use the 35. But if I say use 35 as age, you know what is to be done with that 35. Fine. So you have, when you add some value, or when that data has some understanding, it has some you can say additional factors added to that, which will lead towards information, then that data we have, it is known as, we have processed that data, and that processed data has now become information. And knowledge is basically derived from that data. And when we say we know what that data means, that will become our knowledge. Earlier we were not knowing what was that 35. Then I told you that is age of someone. Now that knowledge has some information. You got some information about that data. Now this is into your knowledge. Now you know what is that 35. Earlier you don't know what was that 35. Let me take another example. Suppose I have written a word, you can see in the chat box also, I have written 5 over here. Now what is that 35? What is this? What is 5? What is this 5? Can you tell me what is this 5? Until and unless you are able to see this only 5 word, you will not be able to tell what is that 5. But now if I say use this 5, if I am having 50 and suppose 60 students in the class, 10 may be showing, 10 may be thinking I will use this 35 5 as it is representing May. May is 5th month. Someone may say this is 5th January. Someone will say this is age of a child 5. Someone will say this is weight of something. So 5 can have a number of meanings over here. So that is data over here. But if I say here my 5 represents 5th of any month, like 5th of January, then I have added some meaning to this data. Now this meaning has become information. And now you know what is this 5 means. So that is your knowledge now. So before putting any data into the knowledge base of a machine, or suppose you want to provide this 5 to a 5 as a value to your robot, then you should tell properly what is this, what does this value have meaning. So that meaning will become knowledge. So that is knowledge basically. So let's have a look at our presentation again over here. So here we see, we were starting with data, and this is simply collection. So collection of data is not known as knowledge. Collection of data is known as database only. Fine. So this is data, and we have started organizing this data. Means we have started arranging this data. We have started adding some factors, additional parameters to the data. From this organization, we will summarize the data. Means we have provided summary. What does this data mean? If I say I have written 5, 10, 15, 20, so these may be weight of 4 persons. So in that case, I have provided it as a summary. I have provided summary that my data consists of weight. So after that you started analyzing that data. Analyzing means we will perform analysis, and after that analysis, now suppose I have written 50%, 85%, or you can take CGPA also. Let's make it more simple. 8.5, 8.6, 9.5, 7.8, likewise. So earlier it was data, collection of data, then I organize it some way. Then I organize and I have provided a summary to you guys that these are CGPA marks of some students. Fine. So after that I asked you, tell me how many students have scored more than 9 CGPA. So what will you do? You will perform analysis. You will put certain statistics on that data. And when you put statistics on that data, you use some mathematical calculation, you analyze that data, and that process is known as analyzing. So basically we can't analyze the data, we have to analyze the information. Firstly, the data will become information, and when we get that data as information, we will analyze that data. After that we will do synthesizing the data. We mean we will simplify the data, and from that we are getting knowledge. When you got knowledge, that knowledge is used for decision making process. Now you will take decision. Suppose I have given you a task, I have provided data of 100 students, I have provided you CGPA of 100 students, and I want top 10 students. What will you do? Earlier I have to provide you data, and with that data I have to provide you some information. Like this is the information. I am providing you CGPA of those 100 students. This is CGPA of 100 students, and then I provide you some additional information to analyze that. I have to choose. Yes, beta. What's happening from your side? Let me mute you all. Yes, okay, muted. Hanji, now tell me what will you do? I'm saying I have provided you data CGPA of 100 students, and I have provided it as some information that has become knowledge to you that this is the CGPA data. After that I have told you that I want top 10 students to be awarded. How will you do that? What will be the process? You can unmute yourself or you can raise your hands. Tell me the process. What will you do? Because this is the thing that is going to happen in real life also. This is real life example. So just raise your hands. Yes, no hand raising. This is very simple question. Okay, fine. Then if you don't want to raise hand, then you can write in chat box also. Okay, I'm repeating question, Ritik. My question is, I have given you a list of, you can say data. I have provided you data of 100 students. I have provided you CGPA of all the 100 students. Fine. So you have data of 100 students in which I have provided you that this is database of 100 students which consists of CGPA of all the students. And now my target is I want to perform, I want to choose top 10 students because I have to give them awards. I have to give special awards or special, it can be gratitude or it can be any of the reward to those top 10 students. What I need to do? How will I choose top 10 students? I have provided you CGPA. I want to choose the top 10 students. What should I do? Yes. Shall I repeat my question in Hindi? Sort the select. Okay, Palvi, this is one of the method that sort the student and select top 10 fine. So while doing this, what are you actually doing? This is the logic. You have implemented this logic that sort the data and select top 10. So suppose this task is being performed by a machine, then what will that machine do? That machine will implement this algorithm, which will firstly sort that data, which will accept the input from the knowledge base. After that, it will sort the data, and then it will be a filtration of the data that select top 10. But if we talk from the terminology of this is from the terminology of a programmer, writing some logic. Now suppose if I talk from the point of view of artificial intelligence, but is this known as, basically this is known as analyzing the data. This is known as implementing the logic, and it is known as analyzing the data. That is written over here. Fine. So here it is written. You can see analyzing. We perform analysis and synthesizing the data. After that, we make the decision that these are my top 10 students. That is known as decision making. So basically, when we have to define knowledge, we define it like this. Knowledge is basically familiarity with someone or something. It may be getting familiar with someone or something, which can include certain facts, information, description of something, or skills of something that can be acquired through experience. This decision making may come from your experience, or this can come through your knowledge also. Now suppose I am again asking you one more question before proceeding to this PPT. Now my question to you is, suppose I have asked you a question like we did right now. We have done a practice. I told you something about knowledge. Before telling you about knowledge, I asked you guys, what do you mean by this picture? I asked you what does this picture mean. So if you have to describe this picture, you have two ways. One of the way was that you have some basic knowledge from your past also, because you have basic knowledge of your artificial intelligence, you have basic knowledge of expert system, machine learning. So that is certain expert knowledge that you are already having. So from that you gave me answers that this machine is thinking. Fine. At the same time, after that we go through these PPTs. We went through a certain description of knowledge. Fine. After that, this was the second way. That is, one way was from your expertism. Second way in that case was based on your learning. Now suppose I wanted to launch you a quiz. I had two options. In the previous lecture, what we did, before starting the lecture, I launched the quiz that was on Kahoot. So what happened in that case, that quiz was launched before I taught you. So that was whatever you have knowledge from your past experience. And what is we have planned today is, today I will launch the quiz after teaching you a few of these slides. So that will be the second way. The second way is whatever you have learned from this lecture, on based on that lecture you will answer to my queries. So similarly, whenever we are talking about knowledge over here, so you can see this knowledge familiarity can be gained either through experience or knowledge, that is hidden behind this picture. So that is through learning also. So knowledge can be gained either by experience or by new learning or by practicing. Fine. So this is again one of a quiz for you guys. Have a look at this picture and tell me what is happening in this case. What is this machine about? You might have seen this machine. Many of you hope so. Okay, nobody from you guys have some way or other faced this machine in the real life, because this is the machine that is suggested by doctors when we are having some critical problem inside our body. So we always pray to God कि हमें इस machine के पास कभी जाना ही ना पड़े, ना ही खुद के लिए, ना ही किसी अपने nears and dears के लिए. But this is the machine. And what is this machine? Yes, what is this machine? Yes, write in the chat box. What is this machine? Is this question that much difficult, or are you sleeping? Yes, this is exactly MRI machine. Thank you, Saurabh, for your answer. Thanks, Krishna. So, beta, who is this unknown user? I will not be able to take your attendance if you will not log in with your name properly. And there is one more request to all of you. Try to put your UID along with your names also, so that because there is a Vivek student in your class, or in 10, I think in maybe in section 10. So there are 2 Vivek students and they always create confusion during attendance. So if it will be better if you put your UID along with that. So yes, exactly, this is MRI machine. Now my other question is, what is happening in this case? Is this machine based on artificial intelligence? This is scanning the whole body, but is this application of artificial intelligence? Yes. Is this application of machine learning? Yes, exactly, Krishna. Thanks for response. Yes, students. Any other students? Is this machine based on artificial intelligence? Thanks, Vipul, for your answer. Yes, exactly. Because what is happening in this case, when this machine is operating, nobody is with us. Only the patient is there inside the machine, and the doctor is outside this room for 30 minutes approximately sometimes. Fine. So this machine is there are certain operations that are being implemented over here, and that is doing automatic scanning. Lot of operations are being done, functioning. Some programming has been done, some knowledge base is there. You can see there some knowledge is there. So it is acting upon certain programming logic. So this is basically example of artificial intelligence. So this is a real life example of this, which is implementing artificial intelligence, but it needs some knowledge also, because if it is not having any knowledge how to operate, then it will not be able. If some person is preparing the MRI report, that person may not have any knowledge about the detailed part of this machine, because this machine, the report is created automatically based on the scanning of your body. When the report is generated for this, that decisions are based on the knowledge. That report is generated based on the knowledge only. So this is example, one of the example, very smart example of artificial intelligence, which is using knowledge base. So this is actually our knowledge base. Here you can say the component, basically knowledge base is component of an expert system that contains systems knowledge organized in collection of facts about the system's domain. So there are few terms that you all need to remember. One is knowledge base is component of an expert system. I am again stressing on this. It is component of an expert system that contains the system's knowledge organized in collection of facts about the system's domain. Now again, domain. If a robot is industrial robot, then the domain is of industry. That may be manufacturing or assembling the cars. If that is a service robot working in homes, suppose there is a robot that has been designed to do cleaning of my home, like mopping of my home floors. So what is happening in that case, that the domain of that robot is cleaning. So in that knowledge base is basically domain specific, systems domain, collection of facts about system domain. So be careful, system domain is the key point over here, collection of fact is the key point over here, and component of an expert system is again a key point over here. So this is the definition of knowledge based systems. As you can see over here, this is a simple machine, and the complete thing is lying over here only. Just like we say in human being's brain, here, if this part is dead, suppose you are sitting behind an almirah. I'm taking the example of almirah because right now I'm able to see only one almirah on the back side of me. So that example came to my mind. Now suppose I open the top door and I am sitting behind that. So what will happen if I unconsciously try to stand up? What will happen? It will hit my head. So when it hit my head, there are chances that I may get unconscious. Same thing is happening, my upper brain will not be working in that case. So similarly, a machine is having a knowledge base like this. So everything, whole programming, whole logic, whole data is present in the knowledge base. So if my knowledge base is not working here, then in that case what will happen? The complete machine will get dead. It will not work. Any of the machine, any robot, any AI machine, any smart machine, anything. So that will not work if the knowledge base will stop working in this case. So let's have a look at the technical definition. A system that draws upon the knowledge of human expert. Remember one more term, human expert, because whatever we put in the knowledge base of a machine, it is the knowledge based on human expertise. Fine. So don't ever forget the keyword human expert in this case. Always, it's always a good habit when you are studying something, make the key points, write the key points into your notebooks. So I have in the previous slide, in this slide, I told you component of expert system as a keyword, collection of facts as a keyword, and systems domain keyword. And from this PPT, I have given you one more keyword, that is human expert. If you remember the keywords, you will never lose in your future, in your life also. Because you know the keywords, you will be able to answer any of the objective type question or any of the subjective type question also. You only need to remember the keywords. So this again one more keyword is human expert. Fine. So these are captured in the knowledge base to solve the problem that normally require human expertise. So what basically we are doing in artificial intelligence, we are eliminating the requirement of a human person. So we are removing a human expertise. We are putting the human expertise in the knowledge base of a artificial intelligence machine. So again one more word comes in, this is heuristic. We have studied about heuristic in search based techniques also. So heuristic, it is always heuristic, not algorithmic. So algorithm is simply a logic, but when that algorithm has to work, it has to make the decisions based on the knowledge base, and knowledge base is never algorithm, it is heuristic. And at the same time, it is heuristic in search, and KBS, in KBS it is general and domain specific. Again the keywords that we have picked from the last PPT. Highly specific domain knowledge, this example we have already covered when we studied. If a robot is industrial robotics, that's its domain is industry only. That robot will be able to do assembling of the cars, manufacturing of the cars. If that is a mopping robot, then that machine, what is it is doing, it knows how to clean the floors. And if its domain is cleaning the floors. And if there is another robot who is used for medical purpose to give medicines to the patients, like China did in COVID time, there were robots that were designed to give medicines to the COVID persons. Fine. So what was happening, that the domain of that robot was to give medicines, medical purpose only. So the program and the knowledge base of that robot was to deliver, to give medicines to the patients. So that is what meant by domain specific in this case. So it is highly domain specific, and knowledge base is separated from how it is used. Knowledge base system is basically combination of knowledge base plus inference engine. So based on that knowledge, it has to take some decision. Inference means taking decisions. Fine. So again, this is theoretical part that I have already covered. So you can go through it one quickly. A knowledge base is a computer program that uses artificial intelligence to solve the problems within a specialized domain that ordinarily requires human expertise. So human expertise is removed with the help of computer machine. And typical task of expert system involve classification, means classify the data into categories, diagnosis, designing something, diagnosis mean analyzing, monitoring to something, designing something, design scheduling, planning for specialized tasks. These are the major tasks of an expert system. Knowledge based system is more general than expert system. Expert system is basically more advanced. Knowledge based system is simply collection of knowledge and taking some decisions. The first knowledge-based system was rule-based expert system like in SLLP, and one of the most famous was Mycin, a program for medical diagnosis. The early expert system represented facts about the world as simple assertions in a flat database and used rules to reason. But in these days, in today's scenario, we are having number of problems. So you can have a look at this example before binding up today's lecture, because the quiz, the game I have planned for today's session, I will launch that game before starting tomorrow's section, because that will be based on whatever we have covered today. So, but let's bind up today's lecture with this. What is happening in this case? We say knowledge-based system as a real-world problem solver. So what is happening? We say problem-solving parts doesn't lie with smart reasoning techniques nor clever search algorithms, but it is domain dependent on the knowledge, real-world knowledge. So you can't say my algorithm is very clever, my program is very clever. Your program may be very smart. Your algorithm may be having least complexity. Your algorithm may be easy to understand with least complexity, best algorithm. But if its knowledge-based system is not strong, that algorithm will become zero. I'm again repeating, your logic may be very good. It may be one of the best logic. It may have won a number of awards. But if your knowledge-based system is not good, then it will fail. So we say domain dependent real world knowledge should be smart. If it is not good, then your problem solve system will fail. Your algorithm will fail. So real world problems don't have well-defined solutions. Fine. So knowledge base allows this knowledge to be represented and creates an expert solution. A knowledge-based system draws upon the knowledge of human experts captured in a knowledge base to solve the problem that require human expert. It uses heuristic. Now please have a look at the second point. It says real world problems don't have well-defined solution. Give me example of this. Read the second point. It says real world problems don't have well-defined solution. Prove this point.